I chose to write Jubilee the way that I did. The very beginning of Jubilee actually is a photograph, and it's a family photograph of my father at a VE Day street party. And I had often, it's up in my parents' hall, and I'd often looked at it and thought about that little boy who obviously, you know, I know his future in a sense. I know a lot about him, but also it's a very public event. It's a curious intersection of public and private. I started being really fascinated about that as an idea for a story. And in the beginning, I did wonder whether I might actually set it at the end of the Second World War. But for me, there was something lacking from that, and it was my own kind of personal engagement. I was a kid in the 70s, and of course, for my generation, there is that iconic street party moment, and it is the Silver Jubilee. And as soon as I started thinking about it, all those memories came back. One of the things that I found when people read Jubilee, one of the first things they say to me is that their own memories are triggered. And it was it happened at a point where there was such a national kind of adherence to this idea of monarchy and national celebration. I wonder, you know, whether we're the same now, whether we feel the same now, but we did then. And I wanted to just immerse myself in that moment, that time, what we ate, what it looked like, Union Jacks everywhere. So that's how it started, a photograph and my own childhood. The embarrassing thing about my memories of Jubilee Day is that we didn't have a street party. I think I might have to invent a street party, a great one that I went to. My street didn't have a street party, so I've kind of, that's fine, don't look sorry for me. I've made my own in this book. I have a photograph of me on Jubilee Day in a yellow crimpline dress that my mum made, row of daisies across the chest, little plastic Union Jack topper at a sort of slightly, you know, louche angle. And what I remember is that my mother, I was born in South Africa, my mother went back to South Africa with my brother that summer, and my dad travelled for his work. I travelled with him, and what I remember is everywhere we went up north, we did a circuit up north. Every petrol station there were Union Jacks, you could buy flags, you could buy mugs, you could buy soaps. I remember this saturation of patriotism and everyone doing it and a flag in every window. That's my Jubilee memories.